The world of Devil May Cry has many interesting characters. Some are humans, others are demons, but despite that they are interesting nonetheless. And in this particular video, I'll be talking about all of the good demons that are canon to the mainline Devil May Cry timeline. Despite being the overarching antagonist in all of the 5 games, there are some demons in the Devil May Cry lore that have turned to the side of good, trying their best to live a relatively peaceful life, coexisting with humans in their own realm. And I just want to say that I will be keeping this demons only, so hybrids like Dante and Nero won't be on the list even though they have demon blood running through their veins. And with that being said, let's get on with the video. What better way than to start off the list with the legendary Dark Knight Sparta, the father of Dante and Virgil and the grandfather of Nero. Before his rebellion, Sparta was known as the most powerful swordsman demon in all of the demon world and was the right-hand man of the Dark Emperor Mundus. He is also known to be the mentor of 2 twin demons known as Motius and Baal. Seeing the injustice against humans, Sparta betrayed his former master and demonkind in order to protect humanity. After defeating Mundus and his army, Sparta then separated the human and the demon world with the power of the Temini Gru, mainly by using his blood along with the blood of a human priestess. Later down the line, he was a Lord of Fortuna, to the point where a religion was formed around him known as the Order of the Sword. Later on in the modern day, Sparta settled down with a human woman named Ava, and she gave birth to his 2 sons, Virgil and Dante. According to the Devil May Cry 1 intro, Sparta preserved harmony until his very death. We don't know how the Dark Knight passed away, but despite this, his legend will continue to live on. Being introduced first as an enemy towards our protagonist Dante, and then later on became one of his most trustworthy allies, Trish is proof that demons are indeed capable of change. Trish was created by Mundus in order to look like Dante's deceased mother Ava, in order to manipulate him. Similar to Dante, Trish is a master of swordsmanship and firearms, and not only that, she has the ability to control electricity/lightning. And not only that, she also has the ability to shapeshift. Her original goal was to help her master Mundus kill Dante, but after being saved by him and moved by this action, she later on had a change of heart. So much so that she betrayed her master in order to help Dante defeat him and end his evil tyranny. After the events of Devil May Cry 1, she became a freelance devil hunter and Dante's partner for quite some time. She then decided to become a solo devil hunter, which then led to the eventful encounter with Lady. But despite this, she remains a trustworthy ally. Unlike the other demons on this list, Lucia is probably the only demon that wasn't raised in the underworld. Being introduced in Devil May Cry 2, we learn that Lucia is an artificial demon created by the main antagonist, Arius, a modern-day sorcerer who wanted to achieve immortality by using the power of Argasak, a demon king that rivals the power of Mundus. After being deemed a failure and discarded by Arius, Lucia was then found by Matier, where she adopted her and raised her as her daughter. As of the making of this video, this is the first and only time so far we have ever seen a demon being raised by a human in the Devil May Cry franchise. Both Lucia and Matier are guardians on the Vie du Marly island, protecting it from demons and anyone who threatens the peace. Even Sparta assisted the clan fighting off demons at one point in his life. Both Lucia and Matier requested Dante's help in order to protect the island from Arius. Even though she was horrified to learn of her demonic origin, Dante reassured her at the end of the day that her origins doesn't matter. She and Dante successfully put a stop to Arius' plan, with Dante then going to the demon world and defeating Argasak, all on his own. When it comes to gameplay, Lucia uses 2 twin swords, and she also uses throwing daggers for long range. And similar to Dante, Virgil, and Nero, she also has a Devil Trigger transformation. The next time Lucia made an appearance in the Devil May Cry franchise would be in the Devil May Cry 5 prequel novel called Before of a Nightmare. Lots of things happen in this novel, but to put it simply, Lucia and Dante teamed up again in order to fight a fire demon called Balrog. It's the first devil arms that Dante have in DMC5 at the beginning of the game that kinda acts similar to that of Beowulf. Both Lucia and Dante had a heartwarming reunion, with Dante then fighting Balrog all on his own and defeating him. Balrog became Dante's devil arms, and we learned later on that Lucia had romantic feelings for Dante. And eventually, the two then went their separate ways once again. Love is a powerful emotion, to the point it can give someone the strength they need to protect what they cherish most. And Brad is a perfect example of this. Just like many demons, Brad was originally born in the underworld, and he was also the servant of a powerful demon named Belphegor. Brad was first introduced in the 2007 anime series, and compared to most demons, Brad has been described to be relatively weak. Because of this, Brad was treated very cruelly in the demon world. After all, it is a place where the strong dominates the weak. Brad was summoned to the human world by the Hegel family butler in order to pave the way for his master Belphegor. Doing his master's bidding, Brad had an encounter with a human woman named Angelina Hegel, who is the daughter of Mike Hegel, the mayor of Capuletta City. After healing Angelina for accidentally injuring her leg, the two of them get along fairly well, and soon afterwards, they fell in love instantly. After witnessing Brad's healing ability one night, the mayor suspected that he was a demon, and because of this he did not really approve of his daughter's relationship with him, and so he hired Dante to kill him. Not to mention, there was also another demon in Capuletta City, who was also a servant of Belphegor, killing humans. After hearing the conversation between her father and Dante, Angelina rushed to Brad to warn him of the danger, although at the time she didn't even know that he was a demon. But instead of running away, Brad decided to wait until Dante confronts him himself. After confessing to Dante that he was indeed a demon, he then asked him if it was possible that a demon and a human can fall in love, asking him if his parents was in love considering that he was a hybrid. Dante said he wasn't sure and believed that a couple like that may have truly did love one another. After killing the demon that was responsible for the human's death in Capuletta City, Dante then decided to spare Brad. Brad then told Dante the reason for why he was summoned and how his master is a greedy demon that wants nothing more than destruction. Brad expressed great sadness that he doesn't have the power to stop his master. He also told Dante that Angelina was the first person to ever show him kindness, and because of that he cherished her most of all. Hearing this, Dante realized that Brad understood love, and because of this, he decided to help him betray his master. After rescuing Angelina along with her father from the evil schemes of Belphegor and the butler, Angelina's father realized that she misunderstood Brad despite him being a demon, and gave him his approval to be with his daughter. We don't really know much about Brad's abilities, other than the fact that he's capable of healing living things. And not to mention, we also don't know if he even has a demonic form. Although we don't know what happened to Brad after the 2007 anime, let's just hope that him and Angelina are living happily as ever. And who knows, maybe this union will give birth to more human-demon hybrids in this franchise. Of course, the next demon that we have to speak about is none other than Modius, a demon who is also the apprentice of Sparta. In the demon world, Modius, along with his older twin brother Baal, was mentored in the ways of swordsmanship by Sparta. And before his rebellion against Mundus, Sparta chose Modius to be his successor and carry on his will. Because of Sparta's decision, Baal was extremely jealous of his younger twin brother, and because of this, he vowed to challenge Sparta to a duel so he can surpass his master once and for all. And under Sparta's tutelage, both Modius and Baal were able to rise to the ranks of Demon Lord in the demon world. And when the time came for Sparta to rebel against Mundus, he commanded both Modius and Baal to wait for his return. But he never did came back. Sometime in the future, both Modius and Baal went to the human world, where Modius then take on a pacifist role, not engaging in battle anymore, and decided to travel around and befriend humans. This eventually led to him encountering his mentor's son, Dante, where the two of them share a small bond due to their love of strawberry sundae. And along with Dante, Modius would also have an encounter with a human girl named Patty Lowell. As for Baal, he would remain on the neutral sides of things, never siding with any humans or demons. He would oftentimes fight against other demons in order to grow in strength. So far, it has never been stated that he's ever killed or harmed any other humans, and only demons are his targets. But soon afterwards, he would then come to the realization that Sparta is dead, and realize that his goal of surpassing his mentor would be dashed away. But then he learned the existence of Dante, and came to the conclusion that if he defeated Dante and absorbed his blood, he would then truly surpass his master. And so he sets his sights on this goal. Unlike his brother Baal, Modius holds his mentor in high admiration, to the point of thinking of him being dead is simply preposterous, and to this day believe that his master is still alive. Modius would then have a heart-to-heart moment with the human girl Patty Lowell, where he told her how peaceful the human realm is and how he enjoys it this way. Patty then promised Modius that she would make him a strawberry sundae the next time she sees him, but little did she know of the tragedy that is about to unfold later that day. Modius learns of his older twin brother's intention of killing Dante, and so he tries to make an effort to stop both of them from having conflict with one another. Despite the issues these two brothers have, both Modius and Baal care for one another. And in an effort to prevent Dante and Baal to come into conflict with one another, he challenged his brother to a duel, but Baal simply refused, saying that he has no interest fighting someone who abandoned the way of the sword. Modius then tries to convince Dante to avoid his brother, but fail in that regards, mainly because Dante knew that the confrontation between him and Baal was inevitable. Dante and Baal then challenge one another to a duel, with Dante coming out the victor with little effort. Seeing his brother's corpse in front of him, Modius told Dante of the promise he, Baal, and Sparta made to each other, of how the three of them would live true to their aspiration. He also told Dante how his brother was devoted to Sparta, and how his reason for living is none other than to duel with the most powerful swordsman in all of the demon world. He even told Dante of how his brother was also his reason for living. And with his only family member that he cared about is now dead, he turns his sight on Dante to try and avenge his death. Modius then turned into his demonic form and lunged at Dante, but similar to his brother, he was no match for the son of Sparta and was easily killed. As a sign of respect, Dante made a memorial grave for both the brothers, who were once the apprentice of his father. But sadly, both their graves were desecrated by the demon named Sid, and their skulls were used in a ritual later on in the anime. The story of Modius is indeed a tragic one. He was a demon who tried his best to live peacefully among the humans, and even enjoyed it. He also admired his mentor Sparta, and tried his best to live up to his aspiration just as his master told him. Modius was also a demon who cared about his familial bond with his brother. But sadly, this bond costed him his life. The next set of demons I'm about to mention are from the Devil May Cry Volume 2 novel, or the Devil May Cry 2 novel. This is a prequel novel to the Devil May Cry 2 video game that takes place several months before the events. I'm not going to go into the full story of the Devil May Cry 2 prequel novel, but to make things short, Dante, along with a red-haired female devil hunter named Blair, was transported to a parallel dimension. This happened because of a demonic tool known as the Beast Head, which swallowed both Dante and Blair and transported them to another world. In this world, Dante met a demon army that was rebelling against Mundus. In this world, the demon army was led by none other than Virgil, although he went under the name Neo-Angelo. In this dimension, it seems that Sparta's story was still the same, but the demon army was also involved in the Sparta's family's life. They were also particularly close with Ava due to the kindness that she showed them. But sadly, tragedy struck. Ava was killed by Mundus, and Dante was captured by Mundus as well as a child. This led to Virgil leading a demon army against this world's Mundus, but sadly, he too was killed. And eventually in this world, the demon known as Shadow became the leader of the demon rebellion. Demons such as Blade, Frost, and even Griffin, basically most enemies that Dante encountered in Devil May Cry 1, were all a part of the demon rebellion against Mundus. Shadow encountered both Dante and Blair when they enter the parallel world. At first, Shadow mistakes Dante for being his world's Dante, and was very happy to see him. But Dante reassured him that he was from another world. Despite this, they welcomed Dante with open arms to their demon village and told him the situation about the world, such as Ava, Mundus, and also Neo-Angelo. They also told Dante about Ava was one of the main reasons they kept on fighting, because they will never forget the kindness that she showed them. Instead of being in their true forms like in the video games, each of the demon assume a human-like form in order to conserve energy so they can battle against Mundus. After Dante agrees to help the demon rebellion fight against Mundus, they were all attacked by an army of Trish wielding Alistair. Trish was killing a majority of their comrades, and having no other choice, the demon lieutenants resumed their demonic form, at least to have a fighting chance against Trish. Some of them even gave their life in order for Dante to land a killing blow. This would leave a bad taste in Dante's mouth seeing Trish's corpse, because it reminded him of his deceased mother, Ava. Soon afterwards, Griffin assisted Dante in reaching Mundus's castle, where Dante fought against this world's Mundus and defeated him a second time. We don't really know what happened to the demon rebellion afterwards, considering that both Dante and Blair were transported back to their original world right after Mundus's defeat. But let's just hope that they're able to live a peaceful life, knowing the fact that they got their revenge. When it comes to demons on the side of good, these are the only ones that I can say for sure. But we have seen demons that are more on the neutral sides of things. Demons who have a tendency to keep to themselves and at least not interfere in human business. An example like this would be characters like Baal. Baal only cared about surpassing his mentor Sparta, and has never seen attacking any human, nor was it stated. He only fought against other demons in order to grow his strength. There were also the Temini Gru gatekeepers. Unlike the other demons that were imprisoned in the Temini Gru by Sparta, the Temini Gru gatekeepers were just doing their job guarding their respected area. Cerberus was warning Dante to leave and telling him that he can't get past the gate. But because Dante wanted to get past, he trash-talked Cerberus, provoking him into attacking him. Rugna and Agni even wanted to entertain Dante because he was their first guest in a long time. They were even really friendly towards him considering that they're demons, but of course Dante wanted to get past their gates, and this led to conflict. I can't really speak for the gatekeeper Nivan, but all things considered, she just seems like she was just playing around with Dante. Nonetheless, these demons doesn't seem to have any type of grudge against Sparta, not to mention they willingly turn into devil arms for Dante, mainly due to the fact they were impressed by his skill. The other demons that seems to be on the more neutral side would also be these familiar, Griffin, Shadow, and Nightmare. These demons are the physical manifestation of Virgil's nightmare, after Virgil separated from them using the Yamato to separate his demon and human self. All three of them made a pact with V so they can merge back with Urizen to be a part of Virgil once again, but obviously it didn't go as planned. Since V merged back with Urizen without them, the only fate that awaits V's Free was nothing more than death. And considering that they wanted to die on their own terms, they challenged Dante to one last battle. Griffin, Shadow, and Nightmare never really cared about interfering with either human or demon business, and only wanted to live. But unfortunately, they were denied this opportunity. Thank you all for watching the video. Please like and subscribe so you can stay updated on future content to come. With that being said, have a good day.